All right. Good afternoon, good evening. Hello. It is Thursday, July 22nd, here in the great Midwest of the United States of America. Welcome, everyone. The best rally ever is starting, according to whoever this person is. That's right, folks. Bitcoin bull market has resumed. We are in breakout of resistance. Just ignore the fact that we've been in a downtrend since April. But Bitcoin is showing some signs of strength. It's looking like it may be beginning to repair itself, and as the title of the video suggests, perhaps that was sparked by the B-Word conference hosted by Jack Dorsey, featuring none other than Elon Musk and Cathie Wood in a panel along with Jack from Twitter. I didn't watch any of it. Frankly, I don't really care about what any of them have to say. That's about all I have to say. I don't really care, but it's no coincidence that Bitcoin is showing strength after that conference. It's definitely no coincidence whether or not people are buying simply to buy the news, or whether or not this was just good timing. Bitcoin was due for a reversal. Assuming you believe in the bullish case for Bitcoin, if you've been following this distribution that, theoretically a distribution that's been happening, then, it was looking like the charts were primed for a reversal or, a big move down, but followed most likely, in my opinion, by a reversal if we were to have moved further down. But it could be that the big move to 24,000 or lower that everyone was looking for is off the table now. We'll have to wait and see. Got a lot of little things that I could bring up today. I'll try to go through all of them. I didn't prepare any notes or anything to go over, so I've been liking things furiously on Twitter. Little hints and things that I could bring up, so I'll try to go through all of them. But before I start, I would like to update the YouTube verse, and whoever may be watching this, let you know that I have entered a long position, or I've set a limit order to enter a long position, and this is my setup right here. Not going to lie, this exact setup was brought to my attention by Brandon from Crypto Trades and Tech, who is not giving out financial advice and is not a trade alert service. He simply posted a screenshot of basically what you see here, without the long position, minus a couple trend lines, but he posted a screenshot of this trend line, which I was following, something similar. Here, I had drawn this chart of my own, and basically drew a little tighter, but I saw, we broke out of this downward resistance that we've been in since mid-May, during the last big capitulation event. We've been underneath this descending wedge for a while, and we were being compressed down to 31K, liquidating below it a few times, but more or less just a descending triangle, symmetric triangle, or a right triangle, and hit a breakdown, but it was looking like it was a fake out to back up. You could also look at this as a descending wedge, which tends to be a bullish pattern, that had a fake out to the downside followed by a resumption up. So yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, okay, yeah, I saw the bullish move that Bitcoin had made, but I wasn't looking at entries or anything like that. But then I saw Brandon on his page was posting. He posted, didn't say he's taking the trade. He didn't say this was a setup. He just posted this, and I said, that looks like a good setup, and I want to practice trading, so I'm going to take the setup. So I have set an entry. Oh, let me get some a little more clarification. So yeah, we've got this ascending trend line that I drew in. He's drawn it. He does this a little differently. Doesn't draw them as tightly. It's probably better signal to do it this way, thinking about it. Not as tightly drawn. You get more clear breakout, more certainty in the breakout, which he was looking at it on the 12-hour. So you can see just breaking out on the 12-hour, whereas on mine it broke out from a previous 12-hour candle. So his way of drawing it probably gives you better confirmation of signal. So it's a good learning experience for me. I think I should probably draw my trend lines. I'm looking for breakouts on repairs. So this would be a breakout for repairing to the upside. Should probably draw them a little less aggressive in order to get more certainty and clarity in the repair of price itself. So I adjusted my look, and it's looking like a good entry would be so you get a daily level of horizontal breakout. You have this reversal here down, but then price makes a higher high coming up above this level here. That's your breakout. That's on the daily, and then finding your entry on the 12-hour. You get your retest of that level and resumption up. The signal was that this 12-hour candle had closed not only above your downward resistance, but also, and I drew this level in, I told myself, okay, I want to see it close not only above this downward resistance, which was likely to happen, but I wanted to see a close above these highs. And to add icing to the cake, I also would have liked to have seen, which it happened, a close above this line, which goes back to, it's a weekly line actually, goes back to here. So that was just a nice little level to see a close above. We have been below that level for a few days now. We fell below it on the 16th of July, broke down below that level. On the 17th of July, or 15th of July, broke down below it, came up for a retest, and resumed down, and that looked like a real scary breakdown, retest, resumption down. But as it turns out, it looks like it was a fake out. So yeah, it's good to get back above that line, close above it. We have closed above it on the daily now as well. So this is all very bullish signals for Bitcoin. Now, cautiously bullish, mind you. We are still very much in a pretty significant downtrend, but there's a lot of evidence pointing to this being a potential bottom. If it is a bottom, there's a lot of ways the repair and resumption to true bull market status could occur. One possibility is a rounded bottom, so boom, there's your bottom. And then the amount of time that we spent accumulating, we now spend getting back out. So, you could be looking at, if we were to get a nice round bottom, you could be looking at October before we get back in the range of the 50, 60,000, and then it's off to the races after that. It could be much faster. It could be a V-shaped recovery out of here. Bitcoin can make some volatile moves one way or the other. As fast as we went down, we could have that right back out. So we'll have to see. personally, I think it's going to be a slow grind. I think it's going to be a slow grind back up. I think it's going to have to really prove itself, build some momentum back up, get people back on board, get the money flowing back in, with all the stimulus and stuff being issued again right now, all the just economic destruction happening out there, in the form of inflation and rampant money printing, that and just super easy monetary conditions. We likely see this go up pretty fast. I truly believe in that the bull market we're mid-cycle. I'm not super informed on this. I mainly just listening to other people and other people talk about it, and I haven't done a whole lot of my own research. But I'm pretty convinced that at least I'm hopeful that we're gonna resume back up. But anyway, I'm just following price, learning as I go. I work a full-time job, and got to do all the life things, so it's difficult to stay on top of all the news and trades and everything, but I'm doing my best. So yeah, so my entry that I've set, which it looks like it might get away from me, I may not even get my entry, but the entry that I have set on KuCoin is 32,300 is my entry price, but I placed that my limit order about 30 minutes ago now, so yeah, somewhere around here, just as we were going out away from that level, and now it looks like price is just running away from me. In 15 minutes we've gone from 32. Whoa, look at that. Wow, this is pretty crazy to see live, guys. Oh man. Okay, yeah, might get away from me here. That's fine. I don't think I'm going to modify my entry. Just let it go, It's okay. I'm not in a hurry to put money on the line. I'm only risking 2% here, which I'll just be full disclosure. The account that I'm trading on in KuCoin is only $1,000 right now. So my risk, I'm leveraging 6x. I've actually got it all right here. So my margin is 1,051 USDT. I'm using 6x leverage. My stop loss is set at 1.85%. So at 6x leverage, that's a risk of $116. I set a stop loss. I didn't set a take profit, but I'm looking at take profit at around 6%, and I probably won't take all the profit around 6%. That 6% profit's here. The 6% profits here at about 34,300. I'm assuming we'll hit some resistance here. Betting on, betting on going beyond that. So that's why I'm not setting a take profit. If I get this trade, if I enter this trade, I'm not going to set a take profit immediately. I'm just going to follow it and kind of decide as I go and see what price is doing. If we hit some significant resistance here, and it's not looking like it's strong enough to break out, then I'll take some profit. But if we just blast through that like butter, then I'll let it run and see how far it goes, and I'll raise my stop. So if we get up above this trend line here, I'll probably set my stop to right around here. So we'll see where it takes us. So yeah. But I have not actually gotten the entry. As I said, it might get away from me. If I were to raise this up, that would change almost double my risk. It's not worth it. Not worth it. I'll just let it run. I'll find another entry. No rush. This is just all practice for me. Oh, here's my KuCoin. So yeah, possible long entry on Bitcoin on the repair here. So now let's take a look at some stuff. Did some charting over the past few days, over the weekend. Just kind of just drawing in some channels here. Nothing extremely significant or anything like that. Just kind of another, I sort of started fresh and went for it with this descending channel pattern that I think I see. No real prime trend line, just kind of looks to me like, we've been I think it kind of came from this. I saw this pretty clear channel that we're in, which, hey, look at that. We're into resistance based on that channel right now. Yeah, so drew that in. This trend line, and then this trend line is pretty much the same one that we're trading off of right now. I can extend that to, no, let's go to the 12 hour. Let's do, which one is it? It goes to here, and then to there. Yeah. So this trend line and this trend line, if you were to draw just those alone, you kind of get a descending wedge pattern, and that's the bullish pattern that we had the fake out to the downside that we're breaking out of now. So that's just interesting to look at, but yeah, it doesn't really tell me too much. I don't see much in that. It's just interesting. And yeah, I've got a few price levels drawn in. I think they're all weekly and daily levels. We can probably go ahead and just get rid of these really low ones. I don't think they're in play right now. Yeah, so this one, okay, I drew this one in as the one that we bounced off of on the 20th, 21st. So that's going to be a new support, which is pretty good support. It's got some support with these wicks and candles going all the way back to January. Pretty much falls right in line with, this whole area from like 29 to 31 is just a big supply area. Just depending on where you're trading at in the day, you get closes anywhere in that range. So I just consider this whole, you could just draw a whole rectangle right here. So right now I've got the support drawn in right here because the market's probably going to be looking pretty closely at this level if we get back down here. This is going to be a lot of buys are probably going to be placed based on that level. Yeah, got your downward channel. That looks pretty clear to me. Especially if you flip over like the 8 hour, you get a lot of touches on these channels. So I think this is a pretty clear pattern that Bitcoin is trading within range, and all within this kind of accumulation range. So yeah, this is interesting. We'll see if this keeps price down. It's been trading below this trend line. Other than the breakout here on the 13th of June, it's been under it for quite a while now. So if you want to get real bullish on Bitcoin, get real bullish once you get out of here, and then real bullish once you get out of here. That'll be real significant. So it's got a lot of work to do. This is a very cautious long if you're longing right now. A lot of manipulation out there, a lot of uncertainty. Man, I really hope I get that entry. If I don't, it's totally fine, but I was hoping I'd get it. It got away real fast. That's the name of the game though. So what are some things I want to show? RSI is one of them. RSI is the relative strength index. It is one indicator. I see some people trading around the RSI. I see some people just referencing it as like, hey, this is interesting. I'm neither here nor there on it, but except that I'd say, yeah, it's interesting. Interesting is a non-word. It is something I am learning about, and I think it's a cool indicator. But I think I explained it before. But if you don't know what it is, you should just look it up. Investopedia has a pretty good article on it. But RSI is relative strength, and it kind of gives an indication of momentum and whether or not an asset's overbought or oversold. And right now, Bitcoin is, the RSI has been in a downtrend since beginning of the year. So that means that the price movement to the upside has been weakening. Bitcoin could be going up, or asset could be appreciating in value, yet the RSI declining because the appreciation in value is becoming, the momentum is dying basically. But you've been in this on the daily RSI. We've been in this downtrend since January. Very beautiful touches on that downtrend too. It's just been weakening on a kind of a steady rate. But now we are breaking out of that downtrend, and I've seen this posted all over crypto Twitter over the past day. All the RSI bros and gals are all over this right now. So in their mind, this is a major sign of momentum returning to Bitcoin. I mean, this is a pretty impulsive move right here, so it makes sense that it would affect the RSI this way. To me, intuitively, it makes sense. We'll see if this is signal or not. It'll be interesting to see it develop. So RSI, that's one of them. What else have I been keeping my eye on? Let's see. Follow me on Farmer Traders, at Farmer Traders on Twitters. So what have I been liking? Yeah, that's what it feels like. Negative lending, more shorts than longs. All-time high, at the all-time high, it was reversed and longs got squeezed. Now might be the shorts turn with this scenario and reverse and RSI popping above. Okay, so this guy's saying that the funding for shorts is higher than the funding for longs on Bitcoin. So if there's going to be a squeeze, it's going to happen to the shorts, most likely. And he's referencing the RSI. Yeah, cool. Oh, pretty rainbow chart. I don't know if any of this is valid or not, but I know that Jordan Lindsay, who got me into trading, is the reason why I'm here and doing what I'm doing right now, and even attempting to trade is because of what I've learned from him and the inspiration I've gotten from following him. So when he likes something and shares it, I look at it. I find it valuable. But looks like this chart's showing that this green trend line is very, very important level for Bitcoin. When you break above it, it acts as really strong resistance when you're under it, but when you break above it, it acts as really strong support. And right now we are resting right on it, bouncing right off of that. So if you break below this, then that would be real big trouble. But if we confirm it as support and resume, then that's going to be quite a good sign. Then I think someone asked for those lines to be extended. They wanted to see how far can we go if we get back out of here, and I think these should be curved a little more. It looks like someone just drew straight lines. So I would say, if we peak at the end of 2022 and get up to this orange area, we could probably be looking at 350,000 on the minimum. Yeah, that's pretty good. I would not complain about that. RSI, we talked about that. RSI, this is funny. Crypto is up 9% today. Woo! After massive, this is literally where I'm at right now. My average price. Yeah, yeah. I was buying all the way up to 65 or however high we went. Just dollar cost averaging as we went up. And then the big crash happened, and my average cost is, I haven't even calculated it, but I know it's higher than where we're at now. I am underwater. So this speaks to me. RSI. Ooh, off topic, but Dune new trailer is looking dope. If you have not read Dune, I highly recommend it. Excellent sci-fi. Yeah, this is the setup that Brandon posted. Shamelessly copied his work here. All credit to Brandon, though, and not financial advice. Do not take this trade. Do not take this trade. You will lose money. Not financial advice. Nothing I say here or show you here is financial advice. It's educational content only. Okay, this is the other way to, or a bearish, short-term bearish look at Bitcoin. This is, okay, a lot of people, talking about Wyckoff accumulation, a lot of people have been saying that we have invalidated Wyckoff accumulation because we did not get the LPS phase, which I can't remember what LPS stands for, but we didn't get the, we were supposed to have had the test, and then now we're supposed to not go we weren't supposed to go any lower after the test, and that was assuming that the test was this, I believe, and so this was supposed to be the test. And then you're supposed to have LPS to sign a strength and so on and so forth. But this slow bleed that happened over the past couple weeks, and a lot of people's views invalidated Wyckoff. Back then when I saw that, I disagreed. I was like, no, this could just be, people are trying to fit the Wyckoff schematic to exact. Try to look at it like it's a chart pattern, and that's not the case. I was like, maybe we just haven't seen the spring yet. Everyone thought that this was the spring where you get a swift spike down, back out of the dip. What if we just haven't had the spring yet? Because all of these could just be tests of support, which you're supposed to get, at least one. After the selling climax, you have an automatic rally, and then secondary test of support, and then feasibly you could have multiple tests of support. From my understanding, most of the schematics just show one test of support, so people are thinking, oh, you get one test of support, and then you get your spring, and then your test, and then your resumption out of the accumulation. And so people, when they saw that you had this spring, and then what they thought was a test here, or no, sorry, spring here, they thought this was a test. They thought that we had to go back out at that point, back up for it to be Wyckoff. Yeah, I don't agree with that. So this is, I saw this, or kind of theorized that what this person summed up beautifully here could happen myself. So it was really cool. And this person has made a lot of big calls on crypto, on Bitcoin moves. He or she, I'm not sure, but this individual has a tweet pinned on their page. I'm not saying a lot of people reference this person as like really freaking calling it. They called the big crash that happened in like April, and it's not pinned anymore. Must have removed it, but at least I think it's that person. But anyway, they tweeted something like right here where they're like, yeah, Bitcoin's gonna go down. And then it did. So that doesn't mean just because they were right once that they're always right. But, my opinion is that they seem to have a pretty good look at the market. And yeah, I just really like this. They did a great job making this chart. I pretty much theorized the exact same thing. And this just like, yep, this is a great way to represent it. So we could. But all that to say, this is pretty much right where we're at. We're a couple days, or like one more day ahead here. So we're somewhere right about here right now. This could turn into another capitulation. lure in a bunch of longs, everyone's getting all euphoric and happy, and then we enter phase C, and then we go whoosh, bang, and have a big spring, one last spring, to a test, to whatever LPS is, I can't remember, to sinus strength, and I gotta look that up. What's LPS? LPS in Wyckoff. What is LPS? Last point of support, yeah. So last point of support, and then sinus strength, then another support, and then resumption out of the distribution. So yeah, I'm going to be on the lookout for this, and I think it's very likely, this in my mind, I mean at least 50-50 chance of spring, you know, a capitulation spring, and then or 50-50 chance of it's not Wyckoff and we just go. So we shall see. Man, I am not going to get that entry. Most likely not going to get that entry. That sucks. Oh well. Should have been faster. Oh man, I was eating dinner like right here. And I was like, oh wait, I should have just went on the computer and did it. Got away quick. Freaking Asia, just pumping it. It's a good sign though. If you go to bed with markets pumping, with crypto pumping, then you always wake up to a higher price the next morning. But if there's uncertainty when you go to bed on Eastern time, then it's always lower, almost always, or at least neutral. Nothing happened. It'll be interesting to see where price goes tomorrow. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, I think it's about all the major talking points that I had. Really wanted to talk about RSI and this possible Wyckoff, pattern or schematic that might still be valid. This guy's been in God mode. The fractal drawn here for Bitcoin Wyckoff accumulation is in line with my analysis. With something moved Q3 explained what? Confused. Yeah, that's good enough for now. Good luck out there, folks. No, it's already 10 p.m., so I don't want to spend any time talking about Forex. Maybe I'll do a stream tomorrow, but yeah, have fun out there. Stay safe. Not financial advice. Thanks for joining. Bye.